I'm Elizabeth and welcome to my channel. I used to be an executive coach and now I've retired in my 40s and live in the country. I'm doing a 10-day strategy challenge for women and we're on day 10. And today's challenge is get out of the game, or why watching The Substance should jar you into creating a strategy for your life. So I'm in my early 50s. In my youth, I had been known to stop traffic with my youth and beauty. I had love letters sent to me. I had been followed home by men desperate to talk to me and get my number. And I, who was from a more innocent age, didn't capitalise on it until it was almost too late. Fast forward to now, I'm an ordinary looking woman in midlife, but I have everything I wanted, so I managed to self-actualise. I just wish I had had the strategy to do it sooner. In order to understand the germination of this strategy, I urge you to watch The Substance, to see what happens to women who don't employ this strategy. The story is an extremely dark fairy tale, but it does prove its point. I would also recommend the review by Final Girl on YouTube of The Substance as well. I'm not going to show any clips of the film because I think this will detract from the strategy I'm trying to talk to you about. But this is the story in brief. Well-respected and stunningly beautiful fitness guru Elizabeth Sparkle, played brilliantly by Demi Moore, is given the sack from her TV show on her 50th birthday by the slimy TV executives producing the show. She is devastated, and in a desperate ploy to regain her status, she injects herself with a shady drug called The Substance, which splits her in two, with a younger version of herself replacing her on her own TV show, with tragic consequences. This film is brilliant for many reasons. Women's lived experience of the male gaze, the experience of getting older, and attitudes by men and younger women to female ageing. All brilliant stuff. In a couple of my other videos, I also touched on The Substance, particularly because I watched another reviewer talk about the film and the troublesome idea that if you don't pander to the male gaze, you will be punished by becoming irrelevant and invisible. So you are damned if you do and damned if you don't. The reviewer left the question open, as if there's nothing that a girl can do. She must stay young and beautiful or disappear. I don't believe that. So here is an alternative story. Well-respected and stunningly beautiful Elizabeth Sparkle is given the sack from her TV show as a fitness guru on her 50th birthday by the slimy TV executives producing her show. She took her savings from her salary, her severance package, and her fame and started her own business. Or she founded a charity. Or she married her agent, with whom she had built a good relationship with over the years and who had adored her. She came out as gay. Do you see what I mean? In the end, the character of Elizabeth Sparkle became trapped, shackled by her own understanding of her value within patriarchy and couldn't imagine a life without it. Similarly, the great actor Demi Moore has also chased impossible beauty standards with who knows how many procedures to continue to be relevant in a male-dominated industry that had previously dismissed her as a popcorn actress. Navigating a male-dominated world in which we were trapped was the lot of women for a very long time. But as soon as we had control of our own fertility and could earn and control our own money, the prison doors stood open. And I think women are beginning to realise this from the discourse on YouTube over the last 5 years. What I don't think women realise is that the only warders left in the prison are probably other women, and our own lack of willingness to walk out of the cell. We are so addicted to the validation and attention we receive when young that we cannot bear the loss of it. And any reminder of how we get older is not to be encouraged. From the time, probably in the middle of the 20th century, when the term teenager came into common use, generations have begun to become more siloed into groups of similar age, And it's unusual for spontaneous, as in not family or work-related friendships across generations, to emerge with women. And so the narratives and the stories of what it's like to become an older woman seem to be getting lost. And I've already covered this in Microfeminism. So the narrative that I posed, that Elizabeth Sparkle left her job without a backward glance and used her earnings to find fulfilment, is available to every woman and should be part of her strategy, her game plan. If I circle back to the beginning of the video, when I referred to younger me, here is what I would have done differently. I would have used my body and my looks to get ahead and amass assets. I would not have wasted time and energy and heartbreak on boys, and I would have given my heart to my girlfriends instead. I would have realised that life for women is still a rigged game, but that there are ways to get across the game board and out of the game altogether. I admire the work done by Dr. Amanda Hanson, the Midlife Muse, who has a YouTube channel about this idea, that life is just getting interesting in midlife. So watch The Substance and scare yourself out of conforming to going under the knife or trying to chase an idea of youth that is unsustainable, takes up all of your precious time and energy and money, and left you feeling hollow and unfulfilled. Don't be a good little girl, be messy. Let me know in the comments the sort of things you're doing to get out of the game and what you thought of The Substance. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.